The Ethics of Doxing. Hello everybody, my name is Mike from Southern California, and today I'll be covering the issue of doxing. I'll be giving a basic definition of what it is and talking about the ethics of it, and just my general thoughts, as well as the poll results from yesterday and the poll announcement for today's poll. So, I'll be right back. I'm back, everybody. So, yesterday's poll question was this. If you are or were going to Anime Matsuri, which of these type of events are or would you be looking forward to the most? The four choices were concerts, cosplay contests, gaming tournaments, and panels. I want to thank the 4 people who voted in the poll. With 50% of the vote, 2 votes, panels is winning right now. And with 1 vote each, gaming tournaments and concerts, and then 0% of the vote, cosplay contests. So I take it we didn't have a lot of cosplayers voting in the poll here. But again, we didn't have a lot of people, just 4 people. But anyways, I always appreciate people's participation, and I do, enjoy some of the back and forth. Enjoy reading your comments, and oftentimes I will respond. Just keep in mind at times, though, guys, that sometimes there are just better places and better ways to communicate grievances. Okay, I'm not going to name the person; they know who they are. But just keep in mind that there are just better ways to voice who you are. Okay, there are just better ways to voice your grievances than to basically do what you did. Okay, so. The general idea of the comments for this poll were meant to talk about, get you thinking more about either if you were already going or if you were going to go, if you could go, which kind of event or activity would you most likely be looking forward to the most? Which would you enjoy the most? So, with that said, I will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. The ethics of doxing. In order to analyze this particular topic, I think first off, I think it's always good to start with basically defining what we're talking about. So, what exactly is doxing? Okay, doxing is basically the internet practice of looking up people's personal information, looking up a person or organization's personal information, and broadcasting it for all to see. The methods that can be employed in doing this include looking through public databases, going through social media websites, hacking, and social engineering. It is often closely related to what they call internet vigilantism and hacktivism. The reasons people dox go from helping out law enforcement to business analysis, risk analytics, to more things like extortion, coercion, internet shaming, inflicting harm or harassment. So these are at least some of the reasons why people do it. Basically, it's a form of vigilantism, basically. And granted, we, particularly in our niche communities, particularly in the comics in particular, in cartoons and anime, we love the idea of heroes and superheroes, but those are just fantasies. Okay? The fact that we're employing these tactics in the real world can be quite alarming. Now, the idea of Nick Rekieta has said that doxing is not considered illegal. It's not illegal. Okay, it is legal. It is technically legal to dox people. Now, whether or not it's ethical, I think that comes down to, okay, you have to look at doxing. And when you look at the components of doxing, two main components. There's the research, there's the looking up of the information, and then there's the broadcasting of that information. Okay? So when you're doing the research and when you're looking up the information, is looking up the information ethical or right or wrong? Well, we know it's not illegal, especially if you look through public, because a lot of, particularly on like famous people and on government officials, a lot of the information is already public. So it's meant to, so the looking up of the information, in and of itself is not necessarily the problem. I think what we have to look at is once you have that information, what do you do with it? Okay, like police would often dox people, because aiding in law enforcement if they're trying to catch a criminal, as to business and risk analysis. Obviously, risk, because when you're talking about like cybersecurity and stuff, and how hard or easy it is to dox people. That can go towards risk analysis, business analysis too, as well, in terms of how people being doxed affects their internet life. If people are trying to maintain a certain, if they're trying to maintain a certain amount of privacy, they don't necessarily want to be doxxed. Nobody, I think for the most part, most people don't necessarily want to be doxxed. They just don't want people. Just like typically, you wouldn't want. Most people think it's considered discourteous to just, for the most part, to just show up at people's door unannounced, even among friends. Even though I personally don't find that, at least when it comes to friends, I don't find that as big a problem. But some people do, and as we've seen, there's been a lot of attempts at doxing some of our favorite YouTube guys like Yellow Flash and Tug and all that. To the point to where when they were trying to dox Tug, they were trying to dox him. They're trying to actually even go after his little girl, trying to find out her name and who she was, so they could call CPS to try to, and that leads to the other part, So it depends, like, on the positive side, yeah, it helps law enforcement track down criminals. But on the negative side, it can be used to extort, coerce, inflict harm, harass, or just internet shame. You can very easily go after people. If you could find out, if you don't like what somebody says on the internet, you can find out where their address is, and you can go to to where you can go to your house and their house and harass them. That part of it is wrong. Okay? People have the right to feel safe in their homes. This goes for everybody. It goes for Kickback and Ice Down Vic. It goes for everybody. Everybody has a right to be safe in their homes. To sit there and get into an internet mudslinging match and then get upset enough to where, oh, I'm going to track down this person's house and then I'm going to go to their house, I'm going to harass them, I'm going to do them harm. That part is wrong. That's the unethical part. Okay? Depending on the research side, the looking up of the information in of itself is not the problem. It's not necessarily the problem. It's what you do with that information that's the problem. If you do it to go after or harm somebody, then yeah, it's wrong. If you do it to, let's say, help the police in catching a criminal, then it could be considered right. Okay? So that's ultimately what it comes down to. So what I would hope you guys would watch this video, and I'd love to see and read your comments and have the back and forth. And I also will look for, and I'll make the announcement of the poll. Of course, we'll be focusing on this, and I look forward to the potential discussion on doxing with you, and just going the back and forth and really hashing it out, because this is something that we've been dealing. This is obviously something that's been going on for a while. It's not just in the niche community. It's not just in what we're talking about, but in society in general. The idea of looking up somebody's personal information to go after them because you don't agree with them, that is a problem. And that's something that we really do need to address. The best way to address it is to talk about it, and to discuss it, and to share ideas. Share ideas on the ethics of it, on what your particular values on it, say, and even to find ways to curb it as needed. Anyways, I will be right back. I'm back, everybody. So today's poll question is going to be very simple. Do you believe doxing is ethical? Yes or no? Do you believe doxing is ethical? Yes or no? I'd like you guys to comment. I'd like you guys to give your reasons behind your answers and votes as well, in the comment section of the polls. I'd like to see your reasoning on it, and discuss it and have a good back and forth. So one last time, the poll question today will be: is doxing ethical? The two answers, of course, will be yes or no. And I'd like you guys to comment on it, and give your reasonings for why you are voting the way you are. And I'll be right back. All right, everybody, I'm back. So I'm going to finish up here. For those in Houston, don't forget that the George Brown Convention Center, Anime Matsuri, is going on today. A-Pink will be there. They probably have already had their concert or their autograph signing as of the time I'm making this video, but don't forget they have a concert tonight too, so I hope you guys have fun at that concert. Be safe, be nice, be polite. And if you want to check the links below, if you want to contact me directly, I'll have my Twitter handle down there. You can DM me or comment in the comment section. I'm also promoting Fantasy Soft. So check out the links below for all the stuff that I'm promoting, and with particularly GoFundMe's help where you can. let's see. And if you like this content, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for updates when I upload the videos, so you guys can catch my videos right when I get them up. So anyways, that is it, and I shall talk to you guys tomorrow. And don't forget, tomorrow will be part 3 of the Vic Mignogna trilogy, so that I've done the last few weeks. So be ready for that. Alright, bye-bye.